Hello, Just Jax here and welcome to my channel. Now today I'm coming back to the coasters and the nail varnish experiment and the markers. I had a lovely comment from someone with the very first attempt at this sort of combination. That was to try doing a few layers and like setting a thin layer of clear first and then building something up and sandwiching it. So that's what I'm going to try. So all I pre-did was I have given these a very thin first layer of UV resin. Now I'm going to, this is where it's going to be, and I have to be patient. I was not patient enough in the last one. In this one I'm going to do some nail varnish and foils. In this one, I have these acrylic paint markers to give a go. So I know the acrylic paint worked. Well, basically, I've got those to try something with. So I thought, well, why not this? So I'm going to try and do, I don't know what yet. Maybe a little image, maybe something even simpler. We'll see. So first of all, because this one's going to need to dry. Well, they both will, but that one's going to take longer. So let me just move that one over for a second. Bring this one in. I keep forgetting to use these. I have some little finger protectors. So I'm going to stick these on because I'm just going to be using these two digits. Let's put some nail varnish down first. So let's see what happens. Now I'm going to leave that. I might save the foils for another day, we'll see. So I'm going to let that dry completely and utterly. I don't need these on right now. Let's have a look at these. See what we can do with these. Let's go. We'll just do something simple. So we've got to give these a shake. Air out. Press. Okay. Well, yeah, we're just going to do a simple little flower. These are really cool. Oh, I'm going to have to get more of these. I like them already. I like them already. Pink and purple. Well, these are going to need to dry as well, but they won't take as long as the nail varnish. I'm going to leave it there because I could keep playing with those. I just want to see how they look and if they work. Okay, we're back. This is fully dry, these three. I was patient this time and I left the nail varnish to dry fully, without a doubt. All I did this morning before I started recording was just got that top layer on, popped it under there to cure, so we could just have a nice reveal. I also have a cheeky bonus here. I did this one, I'll fill you in on a couple of things. I was on the verge of getting impatient with this because I really wanted to move to the next step. And the nail varnish was still tacky, so I thought, oh well, whilst it's still tacky, I'll swirl a few more bits in there. didn't work. So I painted a little bit more over the top again. So I had to wait even longer. So again, patience does pay off with this stuff, even if you're really, really eager. And I'm a patient person, but when it comes to art, I get really, really eager. So we'll see what that one has in store. And then I was going back to the whole thought with the suggestion of doing the layers thing, with foils in there and like a layer of varnish and so on and so forth. Well, I suddenly thought, for some reason, safety pins. So I did a layer of clear and dropped some safety pins in there, opened. Let that dry, cure, sorry. Then I go with a bit of a punky sort of vibe, since there was paper clips, safety pins. I did a sort of leopard print-esque, spotty kind of thing in purple, pink and green. So we'll have a see how that one comes out. Now these two I didn't fill all the way to the top. They're just experiments, so I didn't, I weren't fussed about them being finished pieces. This one I did fill all the way to the top because I had a really good feeling about it for one. And I might gift it for another. So let's go with the acrylic markers first. Let's see what we got. Now that has come out. It's all nice and cured. It's nice and smooth. Nice and shiny. That has a really cool effect. We can get it in the middle of the light. There we go. The acrylic markers will be really good for doing something a bit more detailed than that. And again, playing with a patience factor. Perhaps doing one colour, letting it dry fully, and then building up the layers like that, unless I want it to have that merging effect. And I can also write stuff in there, as long as I write it backwards. But what you can do is, because you can see through this enough, let me just get a marker quickly. Is you could even get your words written so you can follow them. Or, for those of you with a computer and printer, get a nice type that you like, flip it, print it out, right over the top here, so you've got a nice guide to follow. So yeah, that we'll come back to those in the future. They'll be fun to have a bit of a further play with and just see. This was just a little doodle. We'll see just how arty and detailed or more refined we can get by coming back to those. Now, my on the verge of impatient one, let's have a look, see what we have. Again, nice and smooth, no ripples because I let it dry the nail varnish fully before I put another layer of UV resin on top. And you can still see the swirl on this side where I started to try and swirl them before going back over and just splodging it all together. So yes, the nail varnish can work nice and happily as long as you let it dry first. And they were just cheap nail varnishes. These were literally, because I couldn't find any in the shops locally, oddly enough. Well, not ones that I was willing to buy for an experiment anyway. You could get loads that were like £5 for one, like Maybelline and so on and so forth. But then I managed to get 15 for like £5.99 from a kids set. So it does pay off checking down the toy aisle. You never know what you're going to find to help you out. I will happily invest in non-kiddie nail varnishes because they're going to be, I don't know if those of you who have children who have played with child's nail varnishes before, you'd have probably all come across this. It is not like adult nail varnish whatsoever. It peels off in like a oneer. So they worked fine. They didn't, they weren't water, oddly enough, like these ones. they weren't watery because they didn't shrivel up. So there is a great deal more plastics type element in those. But I will happily get some. There's some good deals on eBay. I can get like 25 for £25, something like that, which I think is all right. I'm happy to pay about £1 a bottle over £5 a bottle. So yeah, I think I will invest in some nail varnishes for future projects and have a bit more of an experiment with them, because also the adult nail varnishes, they're going to be they'll be a bit more fluid, so we'll be able to get that dispersing look going on. These are good if you want them down in specific places. So, right, the one that I have most confidence in. Let's have a look. And this is also the surprise one because you didn't see me put it together. Okay, it's a bit sticky on the underside. So I think, first of all, that's going to need a clean up. And this now has, oh my days, the one that I was most confident in. Let me stick that back under there for a second. It's now got a big old thumbprint on it. So I'm going to have to, if I like the way that one's come out, I won't be gifting that one. I'll be keeping that for myself. And I will make another one. Now with these, when I was curing them, I did flip them. They had 2 on the back side and 2 on the front side. And they have cured absolutely fine. No sticky bits whatsoever. This one, I have a feeling, I did cure on the back twice, but I think I only cured on the front once. Does make a difference. So, yeah, we have got, well, it's not looking too bad now, but I know there is going to be a great whacking thumbprint in there somewhere. Yeah, we're just going to ignore that for a moment. Let me just get the cleaning medium here. It's just nail varnish remover, funnily enough. But it is really good for cleaning up your moulds. So I will give it, make sure we get right in there. I will give it a wash in soapy water to get rid of any residual nail varnish remover, because the nail varnish remover does a really good job with getting sticky resin off things. That comes out nice and spotless. Tiny bit longer. So whilst that's doing that, we can have a little bit of a sum up. I'm going to give it one more. It's a shame I didn't cure that one properly on the flip side because it looks so cool. Well, while that's doing that thing, let's, like I said, let's have a sum up. Let's get the old, that way up, please. So yeah, this, let me just turn the flash off on here for a second. So we're going to have enough light. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the side that I drew, obviously. But yeah, you can, stay in focus there. That definitely has its charms. I always want to call them, I've recently played with alcohol markers. So I'm constantly tempted to say alcohol markers instead of acrylic markers. The acrylic markers I will be coming back to and seeing just how much finesse we can get by using them, and by doing it, try and put that about there, in layers. So doing one colour, letting it dry completely, doing another colour, so on and so forth. Or just keeping a design simple. Sometimes simple is best. So yeah, here is, where can I put it? Right here. Here is the nail varnish one. Now you can see where I started to swirl in. It didn't really drag it because these little kiddie nail varnishes are really thick. But it has cured properly, and it is not, that's just where the sweat of my fingers, the heat of my fingers are creating a little bit of condensation because these are quite cool. But yeah, see, no ripples. Let me get that back over here. No ripples whatsoever. So it does work. And we do know cheap child's nail varnish stays where you put it. It doesn't shrivel up. It doesn't create a... This is where there's going to be loads of experimenting to do with these nail varnishes. The cheap kiddie ones will stay where you put them. So if you want to do some block colour, they are perfect. Because that, get in focus, that didn't merge. I zigzagged that through to try and pull it into one another, but it wouldn't. It's like really, really, really thick paint. Right. This one. It's really cool. It has worked. But as you can see, there's my thumbprint right there. Right there. Because I didn't cure it long enough on the underside. And you can see all these... See, not in the light. Looks pretty good, right? Doesn't look too bad. In the light, you can see where it was sticky when I pulled it out with a mould. There's a line running through here. There's some crinkles here and there. Bring it in close. There's my thumbprint. That is part of it now. But if you don't put it in the light, it's pretty cool. That would have been a really, really, really nice coaster had I have not, well, had I have cured it properly on the flip side. But yeah, now it has a thumbprint, so this will be mine because it's personalised for me. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. And I will be using other little random found objects like that. It was just a spur of the moment kind of idea. I thought, oh, safety pins. I've got loads of those kicking around. Originally it was going to be like, excuse me. Originally it was going to be like threads. And then I saw those guys. And I was like, oh, they could be really cool in there. So yeah, acrylic markers. Yes. Cheap kiddies nail varnish. Yes. Paper clips. Oh my days, I don't know where my head's at this morning. Safety pins. Yes, but cure it properly before you decide to add the nail varnish. So yeah, that's our next wave of experimenting. We will be doing some more. Not just experimenting, but with the nail varnish, taking it further, and the acrylic markers on our quest to achieve something amazing. So Thank you so much for stopping by and checking me and my channel out. I hope you've enjoyed this. Again, any more suggestions? Comments, of course, they're all comments. I told you I don't know where my head's at this morning. Suggestions, recommendations, tips, tricks, ideas, things you want me to try out, things that I could be doing better, things that I'm definitely doing wrong, then pop them in the comments. I read them all and act on them whenever I can. So, like if you like what you see, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you really like what you see and you want to see more and know when it's coming. Thank you all again so much. Take care. See you in the next one. And if you do make it this far, I usually end there. I have gone mould buying mad. And there is quite a wave of new moulds for me to be trying. So look forward to that. Some of them are super dinky. This little guy, he's going to have some friends. And some other fun, surprisingly small moulds to play with, as well as some big ones. So look forward to that. So once again, thank you so much. Take care. See you in the next one.